Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Medieval Reader. So when Ariel Bissett uploaded her introductory video and the challenges video for Booktubeathon 2018 yesterday, I was so excited that I decided I would make my own TBR video the next day. And so today is the next day. And so here is my TBR for Booktubeathon 2018. I'm so excited. I really like all of these challenges. And as you will see, my TBR is quite adventure themed. It's going to be an adventurous Booktubeathon. So the first challenge is to flip a coin to decide which book to read first of two books on my TBR. So the two books that I have chosen. The first is Peter Pan. I'm just going to read Peter Pan, not Peter Pan in Kensington Gardens, which is also in the same volume. This book has illustrations by Arthur Rackham. You can see, they're so beautiful. And it's in one of my, I love the Wordsworth Classics editions. I've talked about them before. They're just super floppy and I really, really like that. And the second one is The Children of Hurin by J.R.R. Tolkien, that was published by Christopher Tolkien after the death of his father. And I guess this one is set in Middle-earth and it deals with the conflict between elves and men united against a brutal foe. So that's exciting. And this one has illustrations by Alan Lee. So this one's really, really nice too. So I thought we choose between these two. So this will be heads and this will be tails. And here is my penny, because Ariel Bissett said she wanted to see us flip the coin. So here we go. Hopefully I don't lose it when it lands in the grass. Oh, it did. It's heads. So I will be reading Peter Pan first. Second challenge, read a book about something you want to do. So I would like to at some point be a translator as part of being a scholar. And so I'm always interested in books on translation. So I'll be reading Experiences in Translation by Umberto Eco, which is a short essay about Umberto Eco's experience translating, because he was a medievalist himself. Semiotician actually, but he did particularly work on the Middle Ages. The third challenge is to read and watch a book-to-movie adaptation, so I'm really excited about this one. The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, in French, of course, Le Petit Prince. This is, I don't know if you can see, this is one of the first books I ever read in French, and it remains to this day my favorite book of all time. It is an incredible, incredible masterpiece. And I have never really talked about this book on Booktube, so I really look forward to sharing my enthusiasm with you and to watching the Netflix adaptation of The Little Prince. I have never seen that. I have seen a musical that was made in French, in France, that was available on YouTube. I watched that some years ago and I thought it was really cool. You had the snake, there's a snake in the story, and the snake was a contortionist. This woman who is a contortionist, she dresses all black with just like the serpent going down, like the drawn on one side of her body. And for the longest time I didn't know how they were making the snake until I realized it was an actual person. It was the coolest thing. But anyway, I'm going to be watching the animated movie on Netflix, which many of you have probably already seen, but I have never seen, so I look forward to that as well. 4 is to read a book with green on the cover. So going along with the Tolkien theme, well, there's not really a Tolkien theme, but there are two books on my TBR by Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien's translation of Beowulf. Now this book is massive, but the work itself, the actual Beowulf, is like less than 100 pages. And then there are tons of notes. There's like this much notes. And then there's this really short story he wrote called Salic's Spell, which is, I guess, a retelling of the story of Beowulf. So I will read Beowulf and I'll read Salic's Spell. And while I'm reading Beowulf, I will check the notes, but it's not necessary for me to read the notes to have said that I read Beowulf. Just simply that I read Beowulf and I read Salic-Spell. Salic-Spell is only like a couple pages long, so this should be good. And I think there's green on the cover. Do you see the green? Number 5, read a book while wearing the same hat the entire time. So the book I will be reading is A Dangerous Place by Jacqueline Winspear, and you see she's wearing this white hat. And while I don't have the same exact hat, I do have this hat, and this is the hat I will be wearing the entire time. It's actually my mom's hat, but I don't wear hats usually, or ever, so this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I think it's a good one. It will keep me a little bit cool. And it kind of goes with this. I have never read a Jacqueline Winspear, so this will be a first. I bought it for $1 at a used book sale, and I have yet to read it, so this is the best time to do it. I mean, it has like 250 pages, but I mean, it's a mystery. It's gonna be pretty quick. I hope to finish it in a day or a day and a half, so that should be great. Number 6 is to read a book with a beautiful spine. So, okay, so this was the book that I chose for the beautiful spine. So that is Peter Pan, but as you know, this is the first book that I will be reading. So this will count for both challenges. And so then I need 2 more books to finish off the 7. So I will be reading The Children of Húrin by J.R. Tolkien, as I mentioned. And I will be reading The Black Arrow by Robert Louis Stevenson, which is set during the War of the Roses. And it's a book I tried to read when I was a child, because Robert Louis Stevenson is marketed for children, but the language in which it was written was so complicated to me that I couldn't read it. So obviously I'll be able to read it now, and I look forward to reading that this Booktubeathon. So let me know if you've read any of these books, and I really look forward to watching everybody else's TBR video. I am really excited about it. It doesn't start until June 30th, I believe, but I was so excited I wanted to make the video now. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye now.